Welcome to this video on my driving robot Mydfir with active sonar, color recognition and line following. Last time I thought I had to replace my line following sensor and came to a surprising conclusion that it actually did work. But another conclusion after quite some testing was that if it doesn't follow the line but it just crosses the line, there's nothing to keep it from running, and that is what I want to change. But first of all, I want to see if the sensor is still working, so I want to change this to Robo Interface, and then no interface could be found. Oh, that is not very good. Why can't it find the interface? That's typical because everything is engaged. This is very typical. Last time I know it did work. Oh wait, I have another way to test this, of course. Not Robo Pro, but by means of FT diagnose, like I did last time. So now I select Robo Interface over RF data link, and then I see that actually one is off, one is on. So let me check this properly. That is 2 off, and this is 1, and this is 0. So this means that it is exactly on the line. Another point is, let me close this for now. Another point is that last time I found out that I had to rewrite the code, because I used to do 1 and 1 is no line, but it is a line. Let's see if this is still the case. So let's run it and see whatever happens. Let me move this to the side. Yes. Run and see whatever happens. If something happens, which is not the case, unfortunately, right now. And once again, no such thing. Let me see if anything stopped. And that is also a point. What I did was say, okay, it stops. But that is of course not the intention. So now it doesn't do anything while it's 1. If I say alright, changing the software again, riding over the line, this is double 1, This is actually double 1. So I have two double 1s. And that is of course not what it is supposed to do. This has to be stopped. This is really confusing now. So what is 0? What is 1? Well, let me say this is 0 now. And it should be driving the line. So let's try again and see. Oh yes, it did. Line in 1 is not defined in line 239. Is it? Yes it is, because here I haven't defined these lines yet. And these have to go as well. Alright, let's see whatever happens now. Well, it does do something, but not what I want. So that was once more a problem in the code. Come on. So this means that I have to review the code once again. So now this is writing over a line, which is good. Then I have to go up, and this one would then actually be no line, like it used to be, with indeed a stop, full stop of the motors. But let's review the actual data, assuming that I have this as actual data. Yes, the file is data. So let's review this. Data end. Really? Oh, but here I do see that line 1 is 1. Really? Let's put it back on track and see whatever happens. And for that I need once again the interface to be exactly sure. Yes. And it should be 0. That may be clear. Alright. This is precisely as it should be. So, on with the show. What will happen? Why does this happen? Why does it happen that it senses both and it immediately sets one motor only? The right side motor. So hold on. In this part, set motor 1, set motor 3, right, left. So is it then the case that only one motor works? Could be. So once again, in comes the diagnosis. And then motor 1 and motor 3. Let's see whatever happens. Surprisingly little. Alright. And that means indeed, looking here, that motor 1, which is this motor, is not doing anything. Ouch. Yep. I have to check the wires. No doubt about it. And let me correct this. Yes, now it's alright. Wire check. I have to check the wires. At least one wire. Now I do have a problem. I tested a motor on motor 1 and it doesn't do anything. Replace the motor, doesn't do anything either. Then I experienced a cable problem, which was solved for the cable, but still no solution. As you can see right here, it doesn't do anything. And if I say, alright, do something, and this may be clear that motor 3 is working but motor 1 is not. So already reseated the cable in both the motor and the interface and still doesn't do anything. So this is a problem that has to be solved before doing anything else. And the whole question is, what should I do? The only thing that I still can do right now is measuring or beeping through the cable, which is actually done with a multimeter. And if you have seen my other projects, I have done that earlier to check the hole of the cable to make sure that it is indeed correct. So that is what is next. Alright, so multimeter in place, set on diode and beeping through. This is the motor, this is the cable on motor side, and this is on the interface side, of course. So now I'm going to put here one, and in red and that shows that it absolutely works. Now for the green side, which I had to fix, and that is immediately a problem. So here I have to make a direct fixation. Alright, once again a beep through. Now it works. So I guess this was another problem, which I have to now cable back where it was. Alright, now it's on track. Let's see if this indeed solves the big problem of the motor. Oh yes. So that was a wiring problem. Now back to software. Does it do what it is supposed to do? Following the line. Not quite what I intended it to do. It runs, but how does it run? Yeah, right. Why does it do it this way? Big question, and as yet not really an answer, but I'm going to put it on the track again. And it doesn't really matter if it is half on track or completely on track. It should correct itself and does exactly the same thing, which is odd, very odd. Okay, another attempt, the other way around. What does it do? Alright, it shows only one motor once again. Let's go back to here, but I want to see how this is doing. So yeah, alright, so why does it respond so badly? Alright, totally on track. And then with the line, now see whatever happens. So the motor works, both motor works, but although the line following sensor is completely at top of the line, what happens exactly with the movement? So does it respond to some color or whatever happens? An observation again. Alright, let's quit. Let's review data. It senses red. and blue. Does that have anything to do with line following? None. None whatsoever. Let's try again. Although, is it completely off the line? Then I have to put it on the line. It is completely off the line now. So that I have to solve. Now it's on the line. So that is good. Close. And do it again. Or maybe better, put it on a straight line and see whatever then happens. I think that's a better idea. So this should be straight on the line. Once again, diagnosis. Yeah, well, it's half on the line. Okay, it should correct. It should correct itself. But will it? Go. What happens? This. But it should go online automatically. 2 sensories or 2 sensor readings. Now, why is that happening? It says correct. Well, I assume it's correct. This is 1 and this is 0. So, wait. I have to make that a little bit more clear in the code. So, this is definitely no line. So, then I should actually say need no line is 1. Just this is getting 1 then. And so this is rather confusing. Overline is 1. Oh, right, all right. So yeah, all right. So no line is absolutely no line. Now let me copy and paste this. This is I3, but it doesn't matter. And this is I4, but it doesn't matter either. So that's good. And well, I1 and I2, does it really matter? And here I3 and I4 doesn't really matter once again, but it's tidier. Still doesn't solve the question what is going on. Right, camera, action. Absolutely no line. I have to check that. I have to fix this. Alright, different piece of the line, straight on the line if it's alright. Let's see what happens. Oh, by the way, left side should be controlled. And I did, oh wait, that's another point. Last time, why do I think of that now? Last time I completely reversed the line and no line, but I also reversed this. So I probably have to reverse this part now again. Alright. Let's see whatever happens now. And see what happens. It follows the line, although not entirely as I intended, but it does follow the line. Yes, it is a line follower again. Not quite as it should. And the color is off. But and it loses track, but let's review data. Right. I think for now I can be more or less happy according to the line. So the weird behavior was not because of the algorithm, switching of 1 and 0, which I did last time. Now it is alright. It still loses track. Oh, that's not good. And color recognition is once again totally off. But that was not the topic of today. So with this fixed line following, next time I hope to test the whole of the package after a necessary calibration of the colors again. For now, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I very much appreciate if you make a donation to keep this blog and my website alive. For information on donations, please visit my website, where you can also find my other projects. And this is certainly to be continued. Bye bye.